Hey, what's up everyone, it's Will. So I want to talk about something that I know a lot of you have been feeling lately, because I've been feeling it too. Rockstar has gone silent, like really silent. I mean, just think about where we were a couple of weeks ago. Pre-orders went live, we got the official cover art, we got the website refresh, we got over 60 screenshots showing off the Ultimate Edition and the pre-order bonuses. It was an absolute avalanche of content, and everybody, myself included, was sitting there going, okay, this is it. We're finally in it. The marketing machine has started, and it's not going to stop now. And then nothing. It just kind of went silent, and now people are starting to wonder, wait, what happened? Did something change? So today, I want to break down why Rockstar has gone quiet, whether something might have actually shifted behind the scenes, and give you my honest predictions on when we're going to hear something next. Alright, let's get into it. So let's rewind and set this up properly, because the expectation didn't come out of nowhere. Back on the last earnings call, Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two, confirmed a few big things. He reaffirmed that GTA 6 is still locked in for November 19th, and he said pretty clearly that the marketing push was going to begin this summer. Those were his words, marketing this summer. So fast forward to June, we get this enormous wave of official content all at once, and naturally everybody connected the dots and went, there it is, that's the summer marketing kicking off, we're officially in the campaign now. It felt like the floodgates had finally opened after all of this waiting. And honestly, that was a completely reasonable read. When your CEO tells the world marketing starts in summer, and then you get an avalanche of content in June, of course you assume it's the beginning of a non-stop stream. That's what a marketing campaign usually looks like. Steady drops, building momentum, all the way to launch. So the expectation was set, we thought the tap had been turned on, and that's exactly why the silence that has followed feels so weird. But here's the reality, since that late June wave, it's been crickets. No trailer 3, no new footage, no big follow-up drop, just quiet. And I think part of why this feels so strange is that whiplash I mentioned. You go from this huge burst of content, the biggest info drop we've had in ages, straight into radio silence. It's like going from 100 to 0 overnight. Now I do want to be fair and level-headed here, because I've said this before on this channel, Rockstar's whole marketing style has always been these deliberate spread out bursts. They don't usually do constant drip that most companies do. They drop something massive, let it dominate the conversation for weeks, and then they go dark on purpose to let the hype breathe before the next big beat. So on one hand, this silence is very on brand for them. But on the other hand, and this is the part I keep chewing on, the timing of this is interesting, because a lot of things happened in that same window that make me wonder if the plan might have shifted a little. And that brings me to the Sony situation. So here's the thing that I think might actually be a factor in all of this. Right when all of the GTA 6 pre-order stuff was happening, GTA 6 also kicked off this whole massive controversy about physical media, because the physical version of GTA 6 turns out it's just going to be a code in a box. I've talked about it before, there's no disc. Of course, that sparked a huge debate, a ton of backlash, retailers refusing to stock it, the whole thing. And then shortly after, Sony came out and officially announced that they're ending physical disc production for all new PlayStation games starting January 2028. So essentially GTA 6 lit the fuse, and then Sony confirmed that going digital only is the direction the whole platform is heading in going forward. Now here's my thinking, that whole physical media saga was not the smoothest PR moment for anybody involved. It has gotten messy, there is a real backlash, and when I look at Rockstar going quiet right after all of that, part of me wonders if they pumped the brakes just a little, possibly to let the disc controversy die down before rolling into their next big marketing beat. Because obviously you don't want to drop your new shiny trailer 3 into the middle of a news cycle where everybody's arguing about discs and ownership and digital only. You'd want that noise to settle first so your big moment gets a clean runway. Now I want to be super clear, this is me speculating, grain of salt on all of it. I have no inside info that says Rockstar changed their plan because of the Sony stuff. It could just be their normal spread out style like I mentioned, but the timing of the silence landing right after that whole debacle does kind of make me raise an eyebrow just a little bit. Okay, so let me get into my actual predictions on what happens next, and the order I think it plays out in. My first prediction is that GTA Online gets its moment before GTA 6 does. And this one isn't really a stretch because it's basically already confirmed. I've already talked about it, but Rockstar has announced the summer GTA Online update is the Court Center Heist. It's a brand new multi-stage art gallery heist, which is a big deal because it's the first proper heist to come to GTA Online in almost 6 years. And it's most likely dropping on July 14th, so we've got that landing in just about a week from now. So my read is Rockstar's immediate focus right now is finishing the rollout of that GTA Online Summer DLC. That seems to be the current priority. They're giving the existing game its send-off moment, because let's be real, this is very likely the final big GTA Online update before GTA 6 changes everything. And I actually think that's smart sequencing. You let GTA Online have its spotlight for the heist, you keep the current player base fed and happy, and then once it's all done and dusted, you pivot the attention back over to GTA 6. You don't really want to step on your own GTA Online update by dropping GTA 6 news in the middle of it. So GTA Online first, then GTA 6 after. That's how I see the next few weeks kind of shaking out. So then the big question, when do we actually get the next GTA 6 drop? And this is where I'll give you my honest gut feeling. At this point, I'm thinking we will most likely not see anything major until either the last week of this month or possibly even early August. That's kind of my window. Let the heist drop on the 14th, let that run out for a bit, and then I think the GTA 6 attention will pick back up towards the end of July heading into August. And there's a specific reason August is on my radar. We know Take-Two's next earnings call is expected around early August. That's kind of based on their usual schedule. They've reported their first quarter results in early August the last couple of years running. So that earnings call is a natural timing anchor. A lot of people are eyeing it as a potential moment for something GTA 6 related. But, and this is important, I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea. Zelnick has said flat out that Take-Two does not make marketing announcements on their earnings call. Like, he's been very direct about that. So I'm not saying trailer 3 is gonna drop during the earnings call, because to be honest, that's just not how they operate, they never have. What I am saying is the period around that earnings call, late July into August, feels like the most likely window for the marketing to genuinely pick back up. So the call itself won't be the reveal, but the timing around it kind of lines up. So if you're asking me to put money on it, I'd say don't expect much for the next week or two while GTA Online has its moment, and then start really paying attention towards the end of July into early August. That really is when I think the GTA 6 news is going to kind of cycle back. So now let me bring it all together. Is the silence a little unnerving? Yeah, it is a bit, especially after we got that huge June wave and thought we were off to the races. But when I actually step back and look at it, this is Rockstar being Rockstar. Big burst and then a deliberate quiet stretch to let the hype build back up. Now the Sony disc situation might have nudged the timing a touch, and that's worth keeping in mind. But I don't think anything's actually wrong here. The way I see it, the next few weeks belong to GTA Online and that court center heist. And then most likely towards the end of this month and into early August, I think the GTA 6 side of things will kind of wake back up and start climbing towards that next big beat. Whether that's trailer 3 or some new clips or maybe even some new screenshots, I genuinely believe it's coming and we're not that far off. So my advice, take a breath, enjoy the heist, and keep your notifications on because I have a feeling the back half of summer is gonna get loud. So that's where I'm at, but I want to hear from you. When do you think we're gonna get our next real GTA 6 drop? Let me know your take in the comments down below, I'll be reading through all of them. And while you're at it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos just like this one. Alright, with that all out of the way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.